Hello, Scorpio. So this is going to be your reading for the full moon in Gemini. That is going to peak on December 4th. It's the last full moon of the year, so this can inspire some deep conversations that might need to be had. It can kick off some creative ideas, can maybe change viewpoints on certain aspects of your life and just an overall new perspective. So let's see what house and planet we got here for Scorpio, please. So we've got the third house, communication, learning. Well, yeah, there's some Gemini energy right there. It's your immediate environment, right? So communications and learning and your direct environment. Looks like we have Mercury, and we are still in Mercury retrograde. Well, Mercury is the sign of communication as well, learning. So, doing a little learning, are you? Doing some communications, learning about communications. All right. Interesting. You've been watching something play out, or there's it's taking some time for something to play out. So maybe there's so what it's doing though, this pause, right? You watching something play out is creating, a lot of ups and downs for you right now. Yeah, see, there it is, the emotions. So the roller coaster is just the ups and downs, I guess, of what's happening. And then your emotions are kind of coming and going. And so, what are you learning here? What are we learning here? Let's get something on this. That's so up and down. That's taken so much time. What is this learning? Scorpio energy again. We've got the thunderstorm. Card 5, that's change. 5 is change. Learning of a new opportunity. For some balance. Yeah. So during this retrograde, you've been suspended, right? That's what retrogrades are. They slow everything down to give us a chance to think about certain things in our life. So I think there's something here you want to learn, and you've been sitting here during retrograde thinking about it, trying to figure it out. It's like an opportunity. It's like sitting through this retrograde has been feeling a little bit like it's been going through a thunderstorm, right? And you've had to have patience through it. And you've had to keep yourself grounded. Is that what this is? During this full moon, you're learning how to ground yourself, to sit with your feelings, and experience the highs and the lows. And I'm hearing sit patiently. So some of you may have been in a hurry for something. And it's like something you need to know now. There's an answer you need to have now. You've got to ask a question now. There's something that is now. It's like you didn't have the patience, and now it's this retrograde, because we had a lot of planets retrograding. So it's been quite a whirlwind for a lot of people. And one of your biggest things is during this retrograde is you actually had to sit calmly, peacefully, while, everything around you, because everybody else is experiencing all these retrogrades differently. And you could be in a situation where maybe there's a lot going on and you're trying to get clarity, and it's just not the time for it. It's time for you to get clarity for yourself. Maybe you were trying to get clarity on other situations, trying to gain information, learn new information about something going on in your life. And this full moon is like, making you realize during this retrograde that part of, something you needed to learn to do was to sit in patience and let timing play out when it's supposed to, right? Okay, that's interesting. Let's go here. Tell us more. Okay, so we've got the 6 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's the delays. You didn't like the delays, but you had to learn that sometimes things are delayed, right? Timing factor. On the first card out, like I said, you were watching something play out, but it is certainly a timing factor. You can't rush something, and you had to learn to sit and have patience with things being delayed. Yeah, see, we've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. So it could have been related to your finances. So maybe, well, that makes sense. I know a lot of people were not paid. We had a shutdown here in the U.S., a government shutdown, and so people were not paid, and it was the sitting still and having the patience and knowing that there's a timing factor of when the financials will start flowing again. And this was a big deal for you to remain calm and to ride that storm out. Yeah, see, there's the 6 of Pentacles. Some of you, it was hard, I think, having to accept handouts from people. So if you were having a hard time and, money was delayed, whether it was, say, from the shutdown, it's created a lot of setbacks, not just in regular pay, but, there was all kinds of benefits to people that were slowed down. And so you may have, had people around you who were kind and willing to lend a hand out to you, but I think that made you emotional, and maybe a little uncomfortable. But it's kind of like, people are showing compassion towards you and willing to help you out, and I don't think that's something you were quite comfortable with. And so that's why it was the emotions were coming and going, because with the money flow not being quite there, creating ups and downs in your life. And this retrograde was really tough for you to sit and realize that, sometimes it's okay to allow people to help you during those uncomfortable times where, at some point, all of us need help in different ways. Doesn't have to be just financially, right? Sometimes we just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes we just need somebody to drop us off because our car's at the shop and we need to pick it up, or there was a flat tire, whatever it may be. Sometimes we do need help from others. In Scorpio, you have a tendency to like to do everything on your own, and during this time when the material flow was not quite flowing for you, you had to learn to realize and accept kindness from others, and others being charitable towards you. And I think, you like to be the one who's charitable towards others, willing to help others out. You're like, I got myself, I can move this, I don't need anybody. But you're always there, also willing to help others. And it was just a time to where it was time for you to sit back and let people help you out. And now it's, you're going to be getting a whole different perspective of, from time to time, you might actually need the help. And I know you don't like it. Scorpios like to just kind of do it all on their own. But now you're going to learn that once in a while, it's nice to let somebody help you out or give you something, right? Let's get an angel number. 0000. Limitless potential, transformation, trust, achievement, release, success, and triumph. This is a powerful reminder that anything is possible. If you can dream it, you can have the ability to make it reality. What someone else has can also be yours. Stay calm and trust that what is meant for you will come your way. Release the tension. You'll see there's a lady sitting there in the hammock. Like I said, you needing to sit calmly and patiently. That's the relaxation. You need to embrace being relaxed, knowing that your potential is boundless. And you know what? It's okay to allow others to help you out during this time of up and down, right? During the delays of what's been happening in your life. So we have Scorpio energy, we have Aquarius energy, we have Gemini energy, Aquarius again. we have Taurus, and we have Taurus again. So yeah, any of these signs could have been in your immediate connection helping you out. They could be strong signs also in your chart. You take that as it resonates. But it looks like this is you getting a whole new perspective on sometimes you just have to have patience, ride the storm out, and let people help you in the time of need. So, Scorpio, happy full moon. I hope that was helpful. Love and light, and I'll talk to you soon.